What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. To focus in on the Pittsburgh Penguins being in a 3-1 hole, and what if their season does end early, the the future holds for them. I guess supposedly Rutherford's out one way or the other, which is kind of weird. They hired him a year ago, but if you saw the rapport he had with Rob Ross, he had a press conference a few days ago, excuse me. I don't think Rossi was trolling him intentionally, but Rutherford took the bait one way or the other, so just not the best situation in Pittsburgh. I give Johnston another year. It's a tough team to coach. There's a lot of high-end talent, and in order to keep that high-end talent, they often sacrifice the bottom guys, and in terms of having high-quality guys on the bottom section on the blue line, the contracts given out have been ridiculous. I mean, Rutherford should not have gotten the job in the first place. I mean, I thought it was a dumb hire. I've never been a Rutherford guy. You look at his track record those last few years in Carolina. I mean, trading for Jordan Staal, then signing Jordan Staal was stupid. And then, the Alex Semin contract, okay. All right. I see you. But, then he was looking at trading to reacquire Jordan Staal this year. It's like, why? Fool me once. But this is what happens in Pittsburgh, and the thing of it is would they be willing to move Evgeny Malkin? This is where it gets dicey. Gut says no. I don't think you move a guy like that. He's that good of a player. Just go around trading one of the best players in the world. But you've also got to look at if they could move Malkin and get a package obviously much better than they got for Staal, but something along those lines. Get a decent center, some prospects and a top pick. I mean, who's to say a team doesn't go for that? I'd be listening if teams are calling, but I wouldn't be actively shopping Gino. I think that's just foolish. And you can look at the signing of Marc-Andre Fleury to that contract. Not the worst. I mean, finding legitimate NHL goalies is tough, and as much as I've knocked the Flower, particularly for his playoff failures, I don't think that he's, the problem with this team. I think as much as Crosby's got to be better, and Gino's got to be better, you can make the argument Fleury got to be better, but, it's going to be another offseason change in Pittsburgh. Now, if they come back and beat the Rangers, then it's a different story entirely, but, we get to see what happens then. Just, not exactly the most ideal of circumstances. And it's unfortunate that, we've watched this Pittsburgh, nucleus kind of, I don't want to say age, but I mean, they're not as young as they used to be. Gino's going to be 29 in I think June or July, and Sid's going to be 28 in August. So, they're not the young and exciting Penguins they were maybe a few years ago. So the up-and-coming Pens. And obviously, they got the Stanley Cup, but, if the legacy of this nucleus is one Stanley Cup in, 6, 7, 8 years, it's like, oh, Jesus, that's, you could have gotten more. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's sort of the Power Play with CJ on the future in Pittsburgh. If the Pens do not come back against the Rangers, stay tuned for episodes for the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.